Is this video for sailing and entertainment purposes only? You're dang skippy it is.
Who's your favorite reaction channel? Somebody asked. Karina.
Why are you walking away so fast? You're walking in uniform.
Obsessed with Karina Kaboom. What's wrong with Karina Kaboom? She's a nice lady.
I was ghosted tonight.
The Ha is going on Karina's intro tomorrow. I know it is. I cannot wait.
I don't do that.
You're kidding, right? What's it like knowing that your Amberlynn's the one that got away? I am not fazed.
Good evening.
What are you doing out here?
Hello everybody. In today's video, we are talking about two topics. Our most favorite entertaining girl, Amberlynn. Basically, she is having more meltdowns on TikTok. The majority of her TikToks are so inappropriate that I don't even think anyone can really upload them to YouTube. I'm sure people will. She is so desperate for a girl or for somebody else. We don't know who, but she is basically posting the most outrageous, thirsty TikToks I've ever seen from anyone. I don't even see like that many people even posting these type of TikToks, and they're just like really inappropriate. And she's also having breakdowns and she's also cursing. I feel like a girl of 2021 again. So we're going to look at her really embarrassing TikToks, as well as, okay, we are taking a look at foodie beauty.
It's just so much more peaceful without drama in your life, you know? I think you should rename Gore World Chantelverse, because who else is in Gore World? Like, does anyone even still talk about Amberlynn?
Trying to lie and pretend like Cuba rage was somebody else's fault. She takes no responsibility for that. She did a whole update video on it, which, I mean, please, okay? It's such BS, okay? If you don't know, Foodie Beauty did this massive rage after her beauty bite with her ex-boyfriend's girlfriend, and after she got together with the both of them. And that was the background to the, I was going to say beauty rage, to the Cuba rage. She had gotten together with them, and then she went over to Cuba, and she was raging about them. Never forget, she was raging about them in Cuba. She was not raging about anything else, really. I mean, and she's like trying to not take responsibility. She brought up one of her worst scandals, so we're going to talk about it. Or my name isn't Kermit Kaboom. That's actually not my name. My name is Wilbur. Anyway, so if you could not tell already by this ridiculous intro, as always, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm only sharing my own opinions, not facts, and publicly accessible information made public by public figures. I would urge you to please be kind in the comment section to these people. Please do not go out of your way to go to these people's channels and leave them mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Okay, so on the heels of being ghosted by someone, we don't even care who. I think it was Evil Kermit, FBI Frank. Actually, FBI Frank ghosted our girl. So on the heels of being ghosted, we just talked about it. She did this deleted Insta story that she deleted as soon as she realized that she told everybody that somebody who appeared to be interested was not. On the heels of being ghosted, our girl took like a week off of YouTube, did not post for an entire week. And don't worry, she wasn't sick. There was nothing going on. She was just on TikTok and at bingo. Like she says, she's in her bingo era.
No, Amberlynn is not allergic to eggs. Eggs.
So our girl has just been ghosted, and instead of making money on YouTube, which I cannot fault her for, right? Okay, like I said before, I can't fault her for it. She, for a week, kept posting thirsty TikToks to try to get another girl or somebody else interested in her, right? Now, most of these TikToks, I can just show you like her, but I'm not going to show you like the captions that she puts. She's basically lip syncing to certain songs with a suggestive message. She's basically telling all the girlies out there, okay, that and everybody else, that she is very interested and that she's available. Now look, here's the thing. I've said this before because my brand is to repeat. That's the repeating guy. I have said this before, but it bears repeating because you know what channel you're on. I'm sorry, but this person has only been single for 3 months, and that's the longest she's ever been single in between relationships. She has no idea what it's like to be single for years. And the idea that she may be single for years or not, but a longer amount of time that she first deduced, okay, is looming. It's looming. I love the word looming.
Eggs.
Anyways, the point is, she may be realizing now that, you see, she tried to do something with a girl. She was like trying to meet up with her, try to be in a relationship while she was still a wifey. That didn't work out. The girl ended it. Then she was trying to go out with somebody and they ghosted her. So I think she's realizing that it may take a longer amount of time to find somebody, right? So she is posting these inappropriate TikToks where she's just like lip syncing to certain music, trying to suggest a vibe, okay? And it has the whole pickle taste testing vibe. The point is that she is basically posting these TikToks to say to, prospective people that would like to get Uber Eats paid for 3 times a day and would like to have their rent paid for, that she's interested. I understand that she's desperate for a girlfriend, and these TikToks are so ridiculous. There's actually one which I kind of, I was trying to find my sympathy bone, but that I couldn't find it. Basically trying to feel bad for her, but, lost my sympathy bone when you said that you didn't care that another human being had a heart attack, Amber, but I digress. There was one TikTok where she is saying that she's having a breakdown and she's like rocking back and forth in like a blanket, like her favorite blanket. And she was basically lip syncing, oh, I don't, I say I don't care, but like I really am bothered pretty much. So you're having like a breakdown and you're telling us that you're constantly breaking down. Pretty much, let's just be real, okay? The reason that she's having all these meltdowns on TikTok, and I would assume off camera because you took a week off of YouTube, is because you are alone and you can't find a girlfriend. You're just looking for not the one that you love, not the one, but the one to drive you to Walmart and Target. We already know that. Here's the thing. I want to seriously give our girl some advice. Now, we know that she doesn't watch me, of course. If you believe that, I have a Bridget Kermit's to sell you. But here's an idea. We kind of talked about the universe here before once, and now would be a great time to say, Amberlynn, I understand that you feel that you want to put yourself out there to the prospective girls, whatever, do whatever you're doing with them, okay? That you're trying to put out this vibe that you're single and ready to be taken to Target. Fine. I understand you're desperate for a girlfriend, and on a human level, of course I could understand her. Other people have been there. But have you ever heard of this idea that when you're obsessing over a topic, it's not going to happen for you? The more that you show the universe that you are obsessed with this and you're trying to get this one thing, the more that you are vibrating on a frequency of lacking, so the universe mirrors that to you. What I'm trying to say, even though I'm not Rumpelstiltskin, shout out to Rumpelstiltskin out there, is that keep telling the universe what you don't have, so it's going to keep giving you what you don't have. Letting go is about acceptance. That's what it's about. It's about acceptance. When you accept your reality, that is only when it can change. And the more that you keep putting out these thirsty, ridiculous TikToks and telling everyone to take advantage of you, the more that the universe, I was going to say YouTube, no, YouTube finally got nothing to do with this. The more that the universe is going to continuously mirror back people trolling you and you being single back to you. If you don't accept it, you can't change it. How about you give up? Has anyone ever been in this situation? You really, really wanted somebody, okay? Or you just really, really, really want this one person to want you, or whatever the case may be. You're just wanting a relationship, or in Amber's case, a Target driver. And you keep putting that out there over and over again. You're just trying too hard. Let me tell you something. Dating is not like buying a pair of jeans. It's not like trying on a shirt. Not just a routine thing. Okay? It's supposed to be fun. Amber, have you forgotten that this is supposed to be a pleasureful, I hope that's a real word, girls. I'm here with my moment, and I don't know if pleasureful is a real word.
Who's to say that actually happened?
But Amber, you should be having fun when you're dating, not like putting yourself out there. I'm desperate. Every single TikTok is saying, I'm desperate. I'm desperate. Please pick me. Please pick me. I'm single. I'm going to lip sync to do this. And she's doing these little hand motions. I'm not going to say what she's doing. Anyways, you are telling the universe that you don't have something and you're vibrating on a frequency of lack. So basically, in real people and frog terms, okay, the universe is going to give you what you're giving out. Ever heard of the law of goats? No, I'm sorry. Man, I wish there was a law of goats so I wouldn't have to talk about this crap. Anyways, ever heard about the law of attraction? What you put out, comes back, whatever. The point is this, okay? There's two ways to get what you want in the universe, and this is the annoying part. Sometimes what Amber does works. You put a lot of effort and energy into what you want and you manifest it, right? But on other occasions, like Amber's, you obsess over a topic so much, you overdo it, and you're just vibrating like this. I don't have this. I don't have this. I need this. I need this. So the universe is going to keep giving you nothing until you give up. It's only when you truly let go can your dreams come true. You need to let go of it. You can still want a partner, but remember this, you'll never trick the universe. The universe will always know the truth of how you feel. And so maybe, has that ever happened to you when you finally gave up, you got what you wanted? I guarantee people here have had this experience. There's a reason for that. You are showing the universe that you don't have something, and the universe mirrors it back to you. How about this, if nobody wants to hear about the universe? Amberlynn, you look desperate. The only person that is going to be interested in you is somebody that probably has bad intentions, which brings me to the ghosting. Okay, so as far as this whole ghosting situation is concerned, I'm sure that there's different definitions of ghosting, but there's no way that she was probably dating this person, right? She was probably just going out on the first date. They had agreed to meet, and so the person canceled on her. I'm sorry, I don't really know if that is ghosting. Now, trust me, I'm not mad at her very riveting content on Instagram that she, finally gave us something to talk about, that she deleted, but is it really ghosting? Thinking about it for a few days after it happened, I don't think this matters. More than likely, this was not a person that you were already dating. I doubt it. It was probably a person you were going to go on a first date with. So did she really get ghosted? It was FBI Frank. By the way, there were some questions on my last video. A lot of people did not know that Amberlynn created a wild lie and said that there was a man named FBI Frank who actually went ahead and could not find where she lived because somebody was bothering Amber online. It's okay. Amber pays taxes. The IRS has her address, but not the FBI people. They clearly don't talk to the IRS. Of course not. And so then she said that they came to Becky's sister's house, and that's how they found her, and then they complimented on her following. That was one of the things that people did not know. Another question, I just want to answer it now. A lot of you asked me what was going on with the evil potato story. She had, because I said, you don't want to have another potato story with these random people. Amberlynn choked on a potato in front of her ex who saved her life, and then she lost control of something and, all on the floor. So the point is, you don't want these stories to happen with a new ghosting partner, do you, Amber? Okay, I just wanted to answer that. But here's the thing. Was she really ghosted? Thinking about it, it was probably some random person that was trolling her, which brings me to my last point, ghosting a week later or whenever, a few days later. Look, Amberlynn, was that person supposed to pick you up at your house? Were you getting in their car, whoever, right? Were you getting in their car? That's very dangerous. I am hoping that you are meeting in a public place with these people and they're not just coming to your apartment, or you're not getting in their car.
Eggs.
And I hope you are taking an Uber to meet them in a public place. There's a lot of people that are probably trolling you on Instagram, and just in general, like a huge portion, not everybody, but a huge portion of her following is just people that troll her all the time. So how do you know that this person, this is going to be the really difficult part. How is she going to know who's fake and who's real? Now, when I was a girl of 2021, during her live stream era, I always said, how do you know that the people that you're meeting are not trolling you, that they're not secret, like writing things on like websites or whatever, and they're not like a secret hater or non-congratulator, the real supporters. But my point is, if you're having this person, if this person was supposed to meet you at your house, come to your apartment, if you were getting in their car, this is dangerous territory and you shouldn't be doing it. That's why I said to her that she needs to hire a chauffeur, get a limousine company to, take her somewhere or whatever, or take Ubers, because Okay, for the average person, it is really difficult to be safe, right? You never know who anybody is. She's not the average person because she's a public figure and her audience is ready to troll her. Do you know why I talked about these TikToks? Because it's all going to come together now. I have no doubt that people are watching these thirsty TikToks. They see how desperate she is, and that's why they're ghosting her. Thinking about it after it happened, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And also, you weren't really ghosted. Also, she said her heart was broken. What? For a person that you were just talking to a few times? I'll tell you something, okay? In all the years that I've been around and I've seen this type of stuff, when you're single, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody, listen up, okay?
I have a husband I had to pay for.
You're going to meet people that are going to be just there to waste your time. It's part of the process. Get a Kermit. Go eat cheese. Anyways, the point is, I think that you're on a slippery slope and it's really not going in the right direction if you really believe that you're being ghosted by a person you're not even dating. You know, like, usually being ghosted is when a person stops seeing you out of the blue and stops talking to you, not a person you've never met, and you are putting yourself in bad situations. The reason why those thirsty TikToks where she's looking for a girlfriend are not a good idea, besides you removing all doubt that you are desperate to get a partner, which I understand, but come on, you need to just let this situation type deal come to you. But it's honestly dangerous because people will take advantage of you more, meaning that they will see that you are desperate. So they'll basically mess around with you in a negative way. Like, they'll just pretend that they want to date you. Let me put it to you this way. What is there that's out there that is ready to stop somebody from pretending to want to be Amberlynn's girlfriend and from even, think about how scary this is, actually engaging with her in dating and whatever, and then just reporting back on like a forum? Do you understand what I'm saying? So you having them come to your house, you getting into their car, absolutely not. You don't know them and they know you. That's the main problem. They know all about you and there's really no way to find out who has good intentions and who has bad intentions. Okay, this is editing me. I see that she posted somewhat of a Q&A, which we'll talk about the next day, but she addressed her thirsty TikTok saying she's just having fun lip syncing. No, you're not. I mean, maybe to you it's fun, but the way that it's coming off is unlike anything I've ever seen before. There are plenty, and I do mean plenty, of single people out there on TikTok. Maybe they'll do 1 or 2 TikToks, but this is the majority of what you're doing. And also, you've never acted like this before on TikTok or even on YouTube when you were single. There was times that she would post videos on YouTube when she was single. The point is, she is the most desperate, and that's because that's how she feels, which is fine, I guess. But please do not excuse this and say that, hey, this is just me having fun, because there's plenty of single people. They maybe will lip sync like that like once. You're doing a suggestive theme that you would never be able to do on YouTube. And notice how she's doing all these embarrassing things off platform because she's honestly hoping that the majority of her audience won't know about it. Why don't you post shorts like that? Because she herself is embarrassed. Let's move on to Foodie Beauty. Okay, so Foodie Beauty did another mukbang that got a whopping 8,000 or 9,000 views. Nobody cares. Chantal, nobody wants to see this content. Unless you plan on just doing drama, nobody's interested in seeing you eat, my opinion. Okay, so basically, she wanted to bring up one of her worst scandals ever, other than BBJ, her cat. The Cuba rage was the worst. The things that she said, you can't even really repeat them, but some of the things that she said was that she kept asking her audience to dox her ex non-boyfriend's girlfriend's mother, who lived in a nursing home, which I thought was in the poorest of taste and obviously terrible, because that lady did not deserve that, clearly, okay? So she brings this up and she just BS's her way through it. I think she's just angry that on TikTok and on YouTube, you are seen as you are. I think it's a problem that Amberlynn and Chantal both have, where they just can't outsmart the audience. And do not underestimate that. The audience sees you for who you people are, and so doing this type of thing is just pointless. She made up this ridiculous story that she was pretty much under the control. This is what she says in the video, that she decided to go away on vacation, to go to Cuba, and she was still latched to this narcissist, and all all of this other stuff. And, she wanted to drown her feelings with, some things that she drank. First of all, how is that any different than now? You're just drowning your, whatever, your loneliness. And you are still lonely today. But more on that in a minute. You are still lonely and you're, really drowning out your life's problems with what you're posting on YouTube, with food. Let's just be honest here, okay? So she says that she just needed to go on a vacation and the Cuba rage was just, it was all pretty much her ex-non-boyfriend's fault. Okay. First things first, you could have just gotten a hand massager and saved money on your car insurance.
So I think I'm an empath.
Instead of going there and trashing everybody, okay? Second thing, it is a common myth that if you go on vacation, your real life problems will go away. You can come back well rested. It's still your life. Stop blaming this on your ex-non-boyfriend. Yes, you drank a lot, but here's what I want to say. This is the main point of the Foodie Beauty revisiting her Cuba rage situation type deal. A lot of people, a lot of us have made mistakes in our lives, and a lot of us have maybe, drank some liquids in the past, okay, or done certain things. But nobody, and I mean nobody, has come onto YouTube and completely decimated every shred of humanity that really the other person had like you did. Nobody went on vacation, drank too much, and went on YouTube and did what you did, Chantal. Stop blaming it on that. It's who you really are. And, her iconic line, I'm going to manipulate the blank out of you and you're going to eat it up and love it. That's who you are. Because, when you drink something, those are your sober thoughts coming out. Basically, that's who you are, Chantal. You can say that there were things that were affecting your mood, and I agree with that. Your failed relationship with your ex-non-boyfriend. If a man doesn't make it official with you within the first tops 4 months, I'd get out of there because it means that they're not that interested.
Nurse, clear my schedule.
But I digress. Stop blaming it on everything else. So also, she said something really funny. She said that she sees a lot of people asking her to go back to Canada and that she was really happy in Canada. Maybe one or two of your beezers told you that one time. Nobody says this. Not a single person is saying this. Do you know why? Because you were not happy in Cuba. Here's what her audience wants. Stop it with the mukbangs. Your audience doesn't like them. They're showing you how you have 90-something thousand followers and you're getting 6,000 views, 8,000 views. This is detrimental, especially when you used to get 40, 60,000 views, okay? So the point is this. Her audience wants her to go back to Canada, leave this guy that she's clearly not happy with, and bees. She got the majority of her followers through drama, not through mukbangs. Don't even try it. In the beginning you did, but then it was through drama. So her audience want her to go live, and they want her to go back to Canada and stop the sham of a relationship. Speaking of that, okay? So basically she says that the reason that she went live in Cuba all the time was because she was lonely. You're lonely now. And by the way, this is just my opinion. It's a lot worse to be lonely when you're in a marriage or in a relationship than when you're lonely by yourself. Why? While you're lonely by yourself, you still have a very good chance of stopping the loneliness. But if you're lonely with your partner, by the way, she admits in the video that she's lonely. So, I mean, it was obviously common sense, but just in case anyone's wondering, she does admit that. But why are you bringing all of this up? It sounds like a BS lie. She's saying people took advantage of her. She admitted that she gave away her laptop anyways in exchange for certain things. Please stop, Chantal. There's clips of all of this, but the amazing thing is, the main thing I just want to talk about, and we'll just be done with this, because revisiting a stupid drama, if she revisited this, which my advice to all YouTubers, never ever revisit any dramas. Don't do that, because you're just reinforcing something that people honestly may have forgotten or just moved on from. But what pissed me off the most about her video revisiting Cuba Rage was that she won't apologize for what she said about, her ex-non-boyfriend and his partner. She won't apologize to the mother. None of that. What got me is that she apologizes for, quote, this is a quote, unquote, unfairly cursing at people during her Cuba rage, but at the same time blames the beezers, the audience, and says that they were baiting her to rage. Okay. So I'm just going to say this. How dare you already address this and not say it for what it is. Chantal, the people that watched it know what happened. You were angry that you got into the situation that you got into before you went to Cuba, okay? We already talked about what it was. And that's understandable, but it was on you to make that decision. Then the person that you really are, you decided to unleash that person live. You're no less lonelier now that you're in a marriage, but you're still lying. For you to say that people were baiting you to rage, I'm going to put it to you like this. If I have a totally different audience than Chantal, and the majority of my audience does not feel the way Chantal's audience feels about her. My audience, the majority of them, don't feel this way about me. If I come on here and I act really rude and terrible and inappropriate, then obviously, clearly, my audience is going to say things back to me that will create like a bad conversation. You get what you give, Chantal. For her to only apologize for cursing at people unfairly, Chantal, you did a lot more than that. And if you would like to see, I'm going to link Cuba Rage in my description box. Go and watch it, because the thing is, it is so wild to me that you're trying to pretend that it was something that it wasn't. Take responsibility for showcasing the person that you were, okay, on live in Cuba while you were on vacation. Just take responsibility. If she said, I'm really sorry, I was 100% wrong, everything was my fault, I've learned from that experience, I'm never going to do it again, which that's not who she is as a person, so she won't do that. That would be understandable. You didn't even discuss the actual reasons people were mad at you. People didn't really care that much that you were being mean to them, because your nice act is exactly that. It's an act. People know who you are. People were like really upset the way you were treating other people in your life. And the things that you said about them are disgusting. She even went on a rant about like another lady buying candles that had nothing to do with it. You are unhappy in your life, my opinion, not a fact, but I'm 100. You're unhappy. You admit you're still lonely. Why are you still so lonely in this marriage? Okay, so you digging up the Cuba Rage without taking responsibility, not surprising. Thoughts, comments, questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Right, that's about it for today's video. I want to thank you so very much for watching today and taking the time out of your day to spend some time with me. If you enjoyed today's video or you didn't enjoy it, check out this video that's popping up here. I'm going to link a video on a similar topic. You could go and watch it, like it or dislike it, depending on your preferences. Thank you so much for being here. Thoughts, comments, questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And I will see you very, very soon in the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Bye.
You're just gonna stand here like this? Who are you? Do you watch Amberlynn Reid? You threw a nut at me earlier. Don't think I don't know you. You've been exposed on YouTube. There, your face on YouTube right now. Hey, what are you doing here? You can't just be walking around in the rain. You need an umbrella. Hello, turkey. Do you love Amberlynn Reid? Come over here. You want some food? We love turkeys here. Are you crossing the road like a chicken? Excuse me, it's raining. You need an umbrella, sir.